The famous management author Peter Drucker once said, "If you can't measure it, you can't improve it." Put another way, using the old cliche, what gets measured gets done. Recording and measuring the right data and metrics is essential to knowing how your business is performing. In this video today, we're going to have a look at 3 of the key financial ratios that can help you ensure your business resilience. Hi, my name is Andrew Ellis and I'm a business consultant with CBB. With the right financial system, and in particular a modern accounting system, you should be able to regularly review key results against target and calculate ratios that provide insights to the way your business operates. In this video today, we're looking at ratios that point towards your longer-term business resilience. At CBB, our focus is on the not-for-profit sector, but also much of our work relates to the aged care and disability services. So as far as context is concerned, we understand that every organisation is different, but the ratios we're talking about today are especially relevant to aged care and disability services. The first ratio to consider is revenue and margin diversification. This is about looking at the percentage of your revenue and gross margin before overheads that comes from each area of your business. Small, startup and niche businesses might all focus on one main revenue source, but medium to larger organisations will have multiple revenue sources. This could come from different products, different services, different locations, even different clients. You can calculate the percentage of revenue that comes from each single source, whether that source is a service, a location, a grant, or even a client. The more diverse your revenue sources, while still staying true to your skills and your vision, the more resilient your organisation will be. You can apply the same logic to your gross margins as well. So that is to calculate the percentage of your margin that comes from each of those sources. Being overly dependent on one source would have an impact on business sustainability or resilience if that was lost. Our second ratio is the wages as percentage of revenue. We use this because wages in the aged care and disability sector make up such a significant proportion of the expenses of the organisation. Other not-for-profit organisations may have a different business model, making this ratio less relevant, but reviewing wages as a percentage of revenue against your historical performance can provide useful insights. It can tell you if you're getting enough value from your key resources. Looking, say, at the annual results, what if you're spending 5% more of your revenue now on wages than you were 3 or 4 years ago? That has to come from somewhere, and it possibly means your margin's in surplus. It could be that there's a slow increase in wages relative to revenue that's eroding your longer-term surpluses and sustainability. Our third ratio is the direct worker utilisation, which is the billable hours divided by the total hours for your staff who are client-facing and are chargeable. So for example, disability support workers spend time with clients where you can charge for their services, and there's other time perhaps for training, meetings, supervision, administration, etc. that's not able to be charged for. Utilisation is the percentage of time that these workers are chargeable for the role that they do. In this area, you should have annual targets and budgets and be measuring weekly. For each of these ratios, you should be able to compare your actual results against their respective targets on a regular basis, and also compare results against historical norms. You might also consider whether you can compare your own numbers against any competitors if that's known. There's obviously a risk of comparing apples with oranges instead of apples with apples, but if you have got access to data on a competitor organisation, then it can provide valuable insights to compare ratios from your organisation against theirs. Keep an eye out for benchmarking studies in your sector if you're interested in comparisons with your peers. In reporting on these ratios, having systems in place to review these as early as possible will significantly improve your ability to undertake corrective actions and ensure the sustainability of your operations. For example, measuring worker utilisation on a monthly basis means that if the results are not good, the month has passed before you can start to take any action. I like to monitor this weekly so that you can see where the issues are emerging and take early action. So there you have it, 3 key ratios that will help you to understand longer-term business resilience. So those ratios are revenue diversification, wages as a percentage of revenue, and your worker utilisation. I suggest you pull out your most recent reports and see if you can calculate what these ratios are now. Compare that with previous results and see if any further action could be required. If you'd like to learn more, have a look at the videos in this series on billable versus unbillable hours and revenue diversification. You can also head to the CBB website to read the article on 3 financial ratios to instantly assess your organisation's health.